Hello everyone, welcome to Fafa Spin, welcome to the channel, welcome to Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 2 and 3 reaction video, guys. Let's go! Alright, let's go, let's get it. We're gonna start off with Bao and Johnny. Episode 2, we saw the tea ceremony between them two. I believe in the Vietnamese or Asian culture that symbolize togetherness, coming together as one. I believe it's where the married couple come and serve tea to each parent. Johnny's mom was here, but his dad wasn't here, so they served the tea to his mom, and then they served the tea to Bao mom and dad. And that was pretty much it from episode 2 that I could recall for them. That I love their wedding. I did like her dress. Her dress was actually my favorite dress out of all. I really was simple and nice. And episode 3, oh Lord, episode 3, we saw basically Bao was like, she's not touchy-feely. She don't like to be touched. Johnny was like, hey, touch is my love language. She's like, well, that is not mine. That's like from the bottom. She was like, listen, that's the one thing I don't want. They was talking about that, and then one thing they was talking about while they was at the table was he asked her, what's the one thing you splurged on recently? She said her shoes, her wedding shoes. And then Johnny was like, oh, okay. And then she doesn't splurge like that. She said she's once in a while she'll do it. She said she's decent at saving money. So and then even though it was a Jimmy shoe, she said, listen, it's pre-owned, so it's nothing really. It's not like she's spending retail price money to get them designer labels. So they pretty much talking about each other, about what they like. She just was like, ooh, her and Merla. Oh my God, I think Merla's more of a headache, but let's save that for Merla. But and then after that, they danced. We shot a little glimpse of them dancing and stuff. Then they went to the room. Why they play Johnny like that? They literally made it seem like Johnny was struggling to unbutton her dress. Like, what's up with that, Johnny? Johnny looked like for dear life he could not, for the life of him, undo her dress. And then so I guess finally, he finally was able to unbutton her dress. There was a scene where she was in the bathroom removing her makeup, and then she was that, I have freckles, how her mom called it, age, that's spot age, something about that's aging. He was like, oh, it's okay, I love freckles, and he liked that, because I think that's probably, she was insecure about her freckles and stuff. And then they got into the bed. Let me tell you, this girl Bao, you know what this girl did? She went and took a pillow and she's like, here's the pillow that's gonna be a boundary for us. Since you like to be touchy-feely all the time, you could touchy-feely the pillow. I was like, girl, I know it's the first night. I'm not expecting you to do so much, but girl, why you gotta do that? But she did. I guess in a sense, she did. That was pretty much it for that couple. Really, there wasn't really much about them, this couple, besides, hey, she don't want to be touched, don't ask her to be touched, leave her alone. That's all we really learned about them as a couple for episode 2 and 3. Really, there wasn't really much besides that, hey, don't touch her. Okay, so the next couple we're gonna be talking is Michaela and Zach. All right, so episode 2, we saw Michaela's sister come into the room, air quotes, waking up Michaela for her wedding day, her big day. And we also saw Zach brothers come in and again, air quote, woke him up for his big day. Pretty much on episode 2 with Michaela and Zach is where's their wedding day. Let's just say it was on and popping. Okay, guys? Honestly, that's the best way to describe episode 2. It was their wedding day. Before the wedding day, her sister was talking about, hey, listen, Michaela is known as a Hurricane K because it's her way or the highway. But Michaela says she knows how to dim it down. She knows the difference, how to bring a Hurricane K, when not to. She knows she has a compromise in a sense when it comes to marriage. She's willing to do that. And I believe they sat down, they did a something blue, something new, and they gave Michaela a Trekkie because their father wore a Trekkie as to symbolize something blue to represent her father. Since if you don't know, her father was, it seems like it was recently, I would say probably like 2 years or so. Seems like it's new. Her father was killed by a drunken driver recently. I'm assuming, I might be wrong, but seems like it. So unfortunately he's not there. She was a total daddy's girl. You gotta watch episode 1 to really know much more. If you go ahead and watch, I went a little in depth about her situation with her dad because it was very personal to her. So yeah, episode 2, we saw Michaela, and we only saw, just like Bao and Johnny. For episode 1, we saw just Michaela and, oh no, we did see the end, the portion. We did see, we did not, there was 2 couples we saw their wedding, but we mainly saw Zach and Michaela. So pretty much their wedding, something did happen, and that day for Zach was he became very emotional of the aspect of, I don't know if it was good or bad, anxiety or what was it, the fact that he realized that, hey, oh my God, it's his wedding, it's my wedding. So he's became very, very, very emotional about the situation. I was so glad that he had his family there to support him, because unfortunately stereotype, they tends to make it seem like men, especially black men, cannot be emotional. But that's a different day for a different topic. But he was I love that he was like, I've been waiting for this day for my whole life, and the time has come, and it's here now, and he just doesn't know what to do, what to say. Hey, I'm an emotional creature too. I like to cry. So hey, I get it. I get where he's coming from. So I do understand Zach being emotional about the fact that this is something that he's been waiting for since he was a little kid, dreaming about. So I get it. Yeah, it might not be for some people. Oh, it might not be because, hey, he's not a girl. Girls dream of their wedding day. Men could dream of their wedding day too. Come on now, but that was that whole thing of that whole scene where he was very emotional about the fact that, oh my God, the realization, oh my God, my wedding is today. And then so we did cut up. After they spoke to him, Zach did talk to his mom right before he walked in. His mom reassured. I love that. She's like, my baby, my little angel. He is the oldest of our 3 boys, so she reassured him, and I love that. Before he walked down the aisle, and the next thing we saw was Michaela walking down the aisle with her brother-in-law. He walked her down the aisle. Let's just say, hey, he was happy to see her. She was happy to see him. It was like, I wouldn't say love at first sight. I wouldn't say lust at first sight, but it's just like genuine happiness. Like, yeah, right now, so far, physically, good job. So they did their vows. I did like their vows together. I did like each of their vows individually too. Pretty much. Let's just say Michaela, she's a girl. She's a wild one. She was like, listen, let's go get started with the baby. Let's go. But it was all fun, but I think she was kind of a little bit serious at the same time. So once they did their vow, of course, they're going to kiss. Because I did like that. He did ask, hey, can I kiss you? He did. You know, Michaela was waiting for that. And then the next thing we saw, they walk off. Then they went and they start getting to know each other. He was talking. I did not like that, is the fact that when they was talking to each other, the scene where he was talking about how his father taught him and his brothers how to crochet and make lotion. And I hate that fact that they made Michaela reaction like really, like, I don't like that. I know it's drama, gotta drama it up in a sense. I guess the dramatics, I get that, but let's not do him like that, not do her like that. But it is nice for his father to sit there and teach his kids that, and I really did appreciate that. Some may not, but I really did appreciate that. So they spoke a little more about each other. They really do have a lot in common. There was touchy feeling, and listen, they was attracted to each other. They couldn't keep their hands off each other. They couldn't keep their lips off each other. They took photos together. The family took photos. It was a nice moment. So now episode 3, we got to episode 3. What did we see with episode 3? Really, I'm trying to think. What did I see with Michaela? They did speak to, I did forget to say that. They did speak with, Michaela spoke a little briefly, seems like it. Michaela's sister spoke briefly with Zach, and then Michaela briefly spoke with his brother. They didn't really show much about Michaela speaking to his brother, just show a glimpse. They did show a little 5-second talking point where it seems like Michaela's sister was unsure about Zach because his persona of how he is, which I still don't think it's fully. I think it's more editing reason, but we'll see as the season goes on. We'll see how it works. Pretty much. So that was it for them. Now we're gonna start off with Rachel and Jose. Rachel and Jose, pretty much, there wasn't really much for on them on episode 2, but episode 3, we saw her picking out her dress, him picking out his tuxedo. That was as far as them getting ready. We didn't really exchange anything from my recollection. They didn't really do anything. They both was nervous. When he saw her down the aisle, he was like, oh my God, that's all. She was happy, but let's just say, okay. Then they exchanged their vows. Everyone, the friends, family, everybody look, thumbs up. And then they started getting to know each other. One thing I caught on was the fact that when they was talking to each other, Jose told Rachel she's everything that he was looking for as far as spiritually, physically, mentally, everything. He wrote down what he wanted. She fit the bill. Where Rachel, I don't know if it's Eddie made it like that, but Rachel was like, you everything I wanted minus the physical, which he caught that on. She tried to try not to make it seem like, but he caught that on, and I didn't like that. She should have just kept that to herself. Instead of, don't mention to him a couple of days, but not the first day. You didn't have to be all touchy feeling with him, but don't verbalize it, because you already know. Unfortunately, most of us men, especially, listen, as female, I'm sure, but saying call heels, I'm good. Men, if they're on the below average size, most, not all, most of them, they really that hold them back from being the greatest they can be, because they feel like, oh, that's something that, hey, if they was taller, okay, we're not gonna get sidetracked. But yeah, that I really didn't like. They spoke a little bit with each other when they were sitting down doing the receptionist. Pretty much, honestly, that couple he's gonna be trying to push her too much and trying to be her, for her to be a perfectionist, even though, quote, he says that, oh, she's everything he was looking for. But with this couple, I really don't have much, because really right now they bore me to death. So I really don't. I like that couple, but I really don't. At the same time, I don't know. I really don't know about this couple whatsoever, because I like individually, I like them each individually. But as a couple, I'm leaning towards no, because they're not each other person. Honestly, they're not. They're not. Okay, let's move on to the next one. All right, the next couple we have is Miss Merla and Gil. Episode 2, we really didn't see them besides them telling their family and friends that they're getting married and stuff like that. Episode 3, we did see, at the end of episode 2, we did see Merla and Gil get Merla and Gil get married. We saw their ceremony. I saw them prepping, and then Miss Merla was being Miss Diva. I get it. There's a way at the end of the day when you get married, there's a day you want to look. I get it. But the way they're making it seem like with this girl is like it's her or the highway type of thing. Most of the females here, except maybe for Rachel and Brett, but as far as Bao, Michaela, and Merla, they are total alpha females. It's looking like. But Merla was like, listen, this is how I want my face to be. I get her. But I guess it's just the way they edited it. It made it show her to be a little on the bitchy side. So they was getting ready. Gil got ready. Her got ready. They both was. They walked down. I believe her brother walked her down because her dad died. I don't know what, but since her dad died a few years ago, so her brother walked her down the aisle. They both seemed like it, even though he wasn't tall. He didn't have a beard. He was bald. She seemed very excited that it was Gil because she didn't look disappointed. He did not look disappointed either. They said their vows. They went to get to know each other. From episode 2, there wasn't really much they spoke about, really into much in depth. Besides that, Merla, besides her family and friends, just if anybody recall during the ceremony, they was like, she like nice things. She likes to help people, but she like nice things. She likes to help people, but she will make sure she strut in wearing nice things, expensive designer stuff, which I'm like, okay. So I guess I seen that they show Gil family and friends expression every time, like that will brought up doing the introduction for each other. So they did catch that. I think Gil caught that too, but his reaction, he tried to have a face where it was not so blunt, where she didn't really notice. They spoke a little about how they both, she know he spoke Spanish. She's from Colombia. They didn't say where her family from, or which Spanish side she is. She did. They spoke about a little bit about their upbringing. That was it for episode 2. But episode 3, they got a little. They danced a little bit. They sat down. The family and friends was trying to like hey, kiss while they was talking. But I wasn't having it. She was like, she cut them straight off. Like, ain't happening. I ain't playing that. Like, okay. So they tried to even a peck on the. Though they did, she did give him a peck on the cheek. He was able to give a peck on it. She was not having it. I get that. But I guess it's just the way they're showing her off. Like, I get it. I get her hesitation, but girl, you decided to get married at first sight. So I'm not telling you go sleep on the first night, but a little peck on the lips ain't gonna hurt. I'm not telling you fully make out with the person. You decided to marry this person. Okay, I get it. Like, okay. I guess it's just her attitude wise that it's not really showing too nicely as far as her is concerned. But they sat down. They did speak with Merla spoke with with girlfriend. I guess his best man or his best friend and a friend of his, where he brought up, hey, are you high maintenance? She was like, no, I'm not high maintenance. I just like this certain way. I like certain things to be done, certain things. I honestly, with that, is she high maintenance? I would say yes, because I feel like there's a difference between high maintenance and you treating yourself, you pampering yourself. That's what people don't understand. If your friends and family saying that, hey, you wanna, like, if you're trying, just sidetrack, if you are trying to show that you're trying to do something good, but if you're showing up in certain labels, certain designers, unfortunately, human nature, we're going to judge. Oh, what, that person think they're better than me because they could afford this and that? Unfortunately, it does happen. I try not to do that. I do my best at that. But unfortunately, it happens. We're going to judge. So if your friends and family could see that's how you, yes, you should like to help others. You want to make sure people that's unfortunate have the best, even though they not fortunate enough to do so. We get that. But if you're showing up in a charity event for low income student that can't afford it, you're showing up in your Prada, your Christian Louboutin, your Valentino, no, who knows, whatever designer, whatever, you're showing up to it, people are gonna assume that, and they know you better than anyone. So hey, in a sense, I get what Murder was like. I like nice things. I not high maintenance. I'm like, okay, that's traditional. That's not for me to judge, girl, but that's high maintenance tendencies, though. You gotta understand, that's how people that high maintenance, you like saying, it's okay, just stick with it. Don't shut down, play, oh, I'm not high maintenance. Good or bad, stick with it. You believe you like nice things, you like nice things. You afford it. Nobody give it to you. So it is okay. So they did catch that, because from what the best friend and they were saying was like, Gil is very he's cheap. I think that was his. He said he's cheap. He try not to spend money on things that's unnecessary. If it doesn't need to be spent money on, he won't. He basically was saying like, listen, he just like to live life, enjoy life. But if as far as spending money on shoes, purses, and things like that, he's not gonna do that. He don't mind going traveling, but he's not gonna sit there and spend money on certain things that's he feels like it's not necessary. So I think that's what the friends was coming at, and I don't think what's her name really get that. So we'll see how that one is good. That couple was like, all right, like I said from the beginning, it's a no. So I don't see them happening. I might be wrong, but me personally, my instinct is I don't see it happening. Cause seems like she's gonna be firm about it. I thought Bao was rigid. This girl is a rigid. It's like standing still. Like she just won't. And then Gil is like the type, I don't know. From editing, it shows that he genuinely is interested. She's genuinely wants to be married too. But she just seems like it. It's showing that like, yes, she wants to get married. She wants the husband and everything. But she is not willing to trade in certain lifestyle. That's why I don't understand with the expert. Yes, they both want to be married. They want to be all in. If she's not looking for someone to be a millionaire, to have money. But if she particular about a certain lifestyle, shouldn't you provide her with someone with that particular lifestyle for her? Like, I kept saying it. Ryan will probably they'll probably mesh better with that lifestyle they have. I don't know why. For some reason, even though he's kind of quiet side, their lifestyle will seem like will match better. Even though she's not a country girl and stuff like that, but that's just me. I might be off, but I don't know why they meshed them together, but hey, they know what they're doing. But that was pretty much it. Yeah, they're doomer from the a doomer from the start, and they can continue dooming down the hill. I really don't get this couple. I like them separately, individually, but like I keep saying, for like Jose and Rachel, they're not each other person. They're not for each other. I don't see that working. So next one we're gonna be next one. All right, so we're going to the last couple is Ryan and Brett. Like I said, if you watch my first video for Married First Sight, episode 1, honestly, this couple, that's one of my doomers from the beginning. I'm like, why? But okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So episode 2, we really did not see much of them. Besides they're telling their friends and family they're getting married, I believe. But episode 3 was really focused on them. We did see on episode 2, we did see at the end that there was the next to get married. And they start off with episode 3 with their wedding, where they was getting ready for their big day. She met with her friends and family. He met with his friends and family that was getting ready. She walked on it. Her dad walked her down the aisle. There wasn't nothing really significant that happened with them that I recall. Episode 2. She wanted, when she did get her dress, she really wanted to get something that show off her girls, which I get. He looked like he just picked something, whatever. he picked it out. She really wanted to be comfortable and sexy at the same time. So she really picked the dress that really fit her good. Then we went, she got ready, he got ready. Both of them was like, hey, ready for it. Ryan was like, hey, let's get this finished with. So she walked down the aisle. She was excited to see him. He was excited, kind of like shocked. He did say that in his confession that her eyes just, because she has that baby blue eyes, her eyes just caught him at first. She a redhead, from what he said. He never dated a redhead, so they did their vow together. They did a peck. It wasn't too bad it wasn't too awkward, I would say. They walked down, they started getting to know each other. He was saying he's in the oil gas industry. She's a teacher, / coach. And then he was saying what he likes to do. And she's like, listen, I don't know nothing country and stuff. So next day when they met each other, this is where it started kind of, I already seen it. I don't know if most people did. I already seen it. I was like, he's not gonna be, I was worried he was not gonna be physical attracted to her. He was physical attracted to her, but like I said, that's not his usual type. Yes, there is a type. Like I said, his type is mainly physically is more Merla than her. But she's beautiful to the point where he like, damn, I never tried that type. In that sense. So we did see that they spoke with each other a little bit. They went and danced, and they were sitting down getting to know each other. He was talking about what he likes to do and stuff like that. And she's saying what she likes to do, how he's more conservative, more country, and she's more laid back. She's more of a realist. He looked more on a positive side. She tried to be realistic, like, hey, this is, we need to get both sides. And then they met each other. She met with his friends and his best man. He met with her friend and her sister. And Brett was like, straight up, am I his type? He's like, nah, she kind of sensed that. They was like, no, you're not your type. And not in the sense of good. I think it's both in a good and bad thing. She was kind of like, oh, I think she wasn't shocked, but I guess in the sense like, oh, so that means he's not going to be initially attracted to me. Even though I already sensed that she has insecurities about her last situation, catching him cheating and stuff like that, I sense that kind of put damper on her. So, but she tried to brush it off. Like she said, she was trying to brush it off by saying, "Hey, he's not my physical type. I usually go for." So I get that. And then he said the same thing to her friend and her sisters. He said she's not my normal type. It's a good thing. He's like, he never dated a redhead and stuff like that. So, they see how it go. He is attracted to her. He's ready to see where this goes. Because initially, even though I guess they're not each other type, but the attraction is there. So they wanted to see how far this wanted to go. But from this couple, I still don't. Even though initial attraction was good, unlike Jose and Rachel, I still don't think they're gonna make it because, like she said, he's country. He wants a girl to go down the weekend and hunting. She don't necessarily believe do hunting and do all this. She's like, I don't know how to line dance. I don't know how to do country dance and stuff like that. She's like, I can't even name you 2 country songs. Like, she's not, I guess in a sense, their social life are not similar at all. It's like opposite attract type of thing. So I didn't think there was going to be that much of an opposite. I thought it was going to be opposite, but totally opposite attract. Yikes. So they got a lot to work on, even though they're physically attracted to each other, even though they're not, that's not their initial type. I still don't think they're going to make it, but hey, I might be wrong. At the end of the day with all these couples, but hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really did like episode 2 and 3. Honestly, I just skip through all the commercials and just get to where I needed, because I'm not gonna sit there and watch 2 hours of this. This is ridiculous. But I did enjoy this. I'm really gonna enjoy it because I don't know if any of you guys seen the ending. If any of you guys seen the ending for the summarization for the season, it looks like Hurricane K is going. I really don't think it's gonna be that deep. I think they're just editing it to make it dramatic, to be drama and stuff. I really don't think it's gonna be that deep. So it seems like them few bumps on the road for a lot of these couples. Murder gonna continue just being closed off, don't want to talk. Seems like Bao not willing to compromise, willing to be on a little more Philly for Johnny. Michaela might end up being a little too much for Zach. And Brett and Ryan might be a little too not standoffish, too in himself, introvert, where he's not willing to put in the work, where he's not expressing how he feels, forcing things that's not needed to be did. And so we'll see how this goes. But like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning into Fafa Spin. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you guys next time for episode 4, guys. So let's go. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Please tune in next week for episode 4, Married First Sight, season 13. Have a good one, smile, guys.